The nigga asked, tagged me in a video where a nigga was a debate, atheist was debating. I was like, this shit's stupid. And then I asked him, like, didn't God invent evil? And he was like, God didn't invent evil, the devil made evil. I was like, that don't even make sense. Then I pointed out Isaiah 47:5 where it said God invented love and evil. And nigga ain't have no answer. Pretty interesting. I was
debating these niggas, man.
I was chilling. He tagged me in the shit. It was like, what you think about this? Because people love doing that to me. What you think about this, atheist nigga? Press the top button on that. No.
The top button
on the road, yeah. How did it be? Alright. Yeah, man, that nigga got my forehead sweating early.
I'm down, man. None of this shit matters.
It matters, goddamn. It's real to me, damn it.
It's the Matrix.
What is this thing?
I'm about Matt tank ass thing. Alright.
I'm gonna get you to walk off, goddamn.
Oh, man. Alright.
I asked you a question. Goddamn it, I want to answer it.
Alright, starting the podcast in 3, 2, 1. All power to the people. It's the Bro Listen Podcast. The Black Podcast focuses on social political issues and how they affect our community. With your hosts, Bria Ward, Cedric Owens, and Anthony Roberts. Bruh, listen. Bruh Nation, what's good? Back at it again, episode number 33. Tank ain't you ain't mock me on the intro.
Oh, nah.
I hope that don't mean bad luck. We had a few good episodes in a row when you did that.
Nothing bad to say today.
What? Yeah. Just wait.
Nothing yet.
Bruh Nation, what's good? Everybody on the YouTube live 6 p.m. on YouTube and every Saturday. Also appreciate you listening on your podcast provider. Huh?
Nigga do after that YouTube shit.
Mm-hmm. YouTube good because people don't go back and watch. When we was doing Facebook live streams, more people watch live on Facebook, but they don't go back and watch it afterwards. On YouTube, less people watch live, but more people watch it back afterwards. Because YouTube is like something you go back to. Like, you don't go back to Facebook. But really, our number one podcast distributor is iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah. I don't even know a nigga with an iPhone. Or I know 2 people. That's it. How many people you know with an iPhone, Bria?
Who these niggas there? They spies?
Nah. They from the Russian government.
Russian government or whatever, or FBI.
Well, after last week, I'm pretty sure the FBI watching.
The FBI, what the niggas saying? Yeah, you were talking about killing police.
Who? Who's that kill police?
I'm trying to calm your ass down.
What was you talking about?
Right, because look.
That was real.
Hold on.
No. You ain't gonna bring Bria into this.
Wait, when I said kill the police?
Last week,
I didn't say kill no police.
we just gonna stop using them 3 words.
Yeah, I ain't say
They
that.
don't use those words in the
Everybody got an algorithm.
Yeah, I ain't say nothing about killing no police. What?
What does that mean?
Fuck them pigs is okay, but I ain't sure I say that about no damn killing no damn police or nothing.
We talk a lot of shit.
We did. We was talking about the gorilla mainframe and the black identity. What's the name?
Now you got 400 followers.
Yeah, how you got 453 followers, bro? That's it. Come on, man.
No, it's okay. Huh?
Wherever your career gonna take you, just know you got a tail now.
Yeah.
Tail mean
Yeah.
crack a bottle in your ass.
Don't worry, we gonna cut it out.
You affiliated with these niggas.
We gonna cut your tail off. You gonna be Super Saiyan like Goku.
Like how they try to link all them niggas to Obama.
Yeah.
I think all these radicals.
That he's attached to. Obama, the only thing Obama did was have a chicken sandwich with the nigga one time. But
Put all that shit up. I
Nah.
don't give a fuck like me.
this should be gone.
I don't expect.
Don't worry about it. A hit dog will holler. Let's get on with it.
By the time I'm 40, I might rob a bank or something. Who knows?
Let's start off talking about
Robbing the bank.
Robert Bank? No, nah, let's start talking about Robert Bank. Did you see the white dude who robbed the bank in St. Augustine and he only got 90 days time served?
Really?
Use your white privilege.
Oh man.
God damn it.
He was like 70 years old or whatever. He had 5 bank robberies. He went and robbed the bank or whatever. Put a letter, was like, it's a bomb in my bag. Robbed the bank. Police caught him. He got 90 days time served. The judge said he's been through enough.
See, that's why I don't give these white bums no change. This why out here doing shit. With the time that he got left, y'all out here asking for change. Go around the bank. You ain't gonna do nothing but like a couple months.
Can I ask a question? Okay, so when you, when the police find you with a gun that is not registered, or you don't have a license for it, how long do you spend?
Depends.
Depends your first charge, probably done. They probably take you in right then, but you know,
Like overnight?
If it has more crime, if it's more crime attached to it, like if you did a crime with an unregistered gun, they
Of course,
gonna
but I mean them just like pulling you over and then they see you have a gun and it's not a license.
well, you going to jail. I don't think you'll get more than time served.
yeah, but you're gonna have some
First offense.
with niggas, they're gonna attach something to
Yeah.
it. Crackers, y'all scot free.
Yeah.
They don't do it again,
Yeah.
son. But niggas, y'all might have probation for like
I guarantee
40 years.
I'm about to say, I guarantee every nigga get felony gun
It
possession.
might not be no felony. You could, cause they might.
But they make it more
withhold
serious than
notification.
it has to be. Because
Yeah.
I know of a person who, they got caught with an unlicensed or unregistered gun or whatever like that.
Why the nigga ain't registered? I don't be
It wasn't a
understanding.
black guy, it was a white guy. And they just made him spend overnight and they let him go.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sound about white.
But you know, possession of a firearm without registration is a felony.
Yeah, but they dropped that shit a lot of times.
Yeah, they can drop it down, but it's technically supposed to be a federal crime. Possession of a firearm without registration is a federal crime. So he was white privilege. Shit, Brock Turner raped the girl behind the damn dumpster. Got caught raping the girl.
Wait a minute, he wasn't the one that raped the girl behind the dumpster.
Oh yeah,
I
Brock
thought he raped-
Turner.
I thought he did the Bill Cosby fucking pass out bitch.
No. Brock Turner was at a party in Stanford. He raped the girl behind the dumpster. Two dudes came and seen him raping the girl. She was passed out, but he was raping her behind the dumpster while she was passed out. Two dudes came out, they beat his ass, and waited on the police to come there. They beat his ass till the police came. Police came, or whatever. He got arrested. The judge said she don't want to mess up his career because he was going to be an Olympic swimmer, and he got time served for rape that he got caught in the act doing. When the police came, he didn't even have time to pull his pants up because the niggas had to whoop his ass with his dick out.
I ain't fighting no nigga with their dick out. That be fucked up. That nigga just got to
Even if they rape for the girl,
hey man.
you gotta at least throw them off.
I guess pull them off.
I'm telling you, stop. Yeah, no, you gotta pull them off.
Dang.
You gotta pull them off.
Cut that out, boy. He ain't gonna keep.
You gotta pull them off.
He ain't gonna
cuz.
keep
First
going
of all,
with a
this
nigga right
is not
there.
a child you're talking to. This is a grown man.
He
You
ain't gonna-
can't say get off
He
of
ain't gonna
him.
keep fucking the bitch with me right there. Cause he had his privacy probably going behind that dumpster. Don't want nobody. Then once the light, he like a deer in the headlight.
What if he run?
I'm not chasing after this nigga, man. I ain't the police. I ain't trying to be a vigilante. If you see somebody robbing the store, you gonna chase them?
No, but this rape.
Hey man, if you see somebody murder somebody, you gonna chase them? Or you have to, because rape is a crime. So if you're gonna apply that to rape, then you gotta apply that to all the motherfucking crimes and chase everybody. I'm not a vigilante. See, I'm gonna make sure she's straight.
I don't have to apply that to all the crimes. I
I'm
can apply it to whatever I want to.
Well, I'm not. Well, for me, I'm not chasing this motherfucker. I'm gonna make sure the girl's straight. That's the best I can do. Accept it.
So you're not
Take
gonna
it
pull
or
them
not.
off. You be like, hey, cut it out.
And if you don't, you just like, what if we keep going?
Okay, now I'm gonna throw a bottle or something at her.
This
All right?
nigga wild.
He just
This
don't
nigga,
want to
y'all looking up this
Don't wanna
crazy ass
touch
scenario.
the
This ain't no
situation
crazy
at all.
scenario.
It is a
But
crazy ass scenario.
But it happened. What you mean?
Everybody know this ain't some shit that just happened there. Nigga don't walk in.
you
No,
know
what if
that.
they call you home? Oh, okay. This ain't no regular shit.
That's right, because rape ain't no regular shit.
Well, everybody can say what they would do when we
If
just
I see a nigga
hypothetically
raping,
talking
if I see
about
a
this
nigga
shit.
raping a girl, I'm
I can't
gonna
just
be,
not
I'm at
do
least
that.
stick him in the
You
mouth.
can't just
What
not
y'all
do
to do?
anything.
Y'all niggas don't know what y'all to do. What if this is The Rock, a big ass nigga right there,
He gonna have to see.
raping the bitch?
You raping a woman, bro.
Man,
You
you
gotta
ain't,
see.
you ain't
What if
running
it's a
up on that
kid?
nigga.
Like, remember when the kid from the Penn State case, Sandusky, and the quarterback coach came in, Sandusky was raping the kid in the shower, and the quarterback coach just ran.
Well, I feel a certain way about kids, so I gotta do something about this little pervert.
Right, you gotta beat his ass. You should feel the same way about
Don't
women.
tell me how you can't tell somebody how they should feel.
You just told me I had to feel the same way about the crimes.
I ain't saying that.
He said, oh, damn, Trump.
No.
Let's get into fake news. Because Tank just pulled the Trump right now. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
I ain't saying that.
Rewind the tape, Run Nation.
When I said that,
You literally
gotta
just
rewind the tape.
That was like 5 minutes ago.
Don't let me be like that. You gotta rewind it.
That's
Burn
fine.
Nation, go back about at least to 20 seconds in this podcast.
Okay,
And listen to Tank tell
I
me
can say
you
that.
gotta apply that to
I
all
can say
crimes.
that you're right. All right, I can just admit that you're right.
Okay,
But
Trump.
hold on. But you just said reverse what I'm saying. You said if I got to do this. So are you saying if you see this, then you got to do that?
Yeah, but I said I can say that because you just said that to me, and you was like, I ain't say that.
I said you're right. Now how many more times you want to just keep on saying the shit? Now my point is you're going to stop a robbery.
What you mean? No, I'm not stopping around.
Why not?
Because I don't think that's a big a deal.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big deal.
Well, that's why I want to stop the rape. I don't think it's a big deal.
Materials and stuff can be replaced, but I think for this woman, that man
murder. What about murder?
Murder. It depends
Even if
on how
you
it
don't
goes.
do something yourself, at least call somebody who can do something about
That's
it.
her.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you I put some water on?
Throw some water on
It's
her.
a water maneuver.
Kinda wake up. You could die if you wake up after that traumatic thing. Throw some water on, wake them up. I ain't no paramedic, no EMD.
I can tell.
Bro, just call 911. That's what you do.
That's
Just
all
call
you
911. Just come out and
We
be
act like
like,
it's a real situation.
just come out. Just come out and be like, I called the cops.
Trust me.
That's it. Just come
That's
out
all
and
you
say
gotta
that.
I'm never running up on a bitch getting raped. And shit ain't gonna
You
happen.
don't know what?
No, I do
You
know.
don't know what happens, what? I bet them dudes who stopped Brock Turner from raping that girl said that same thing.
Play
Hey, you
the
drinking that wine too fast, we got a whole 50 minutes to go.
I'll be alright. Play the probability. Alright. Them niggas couldn't have said it, but there's millions of them that could say, I never walk up on a nigga raping a bitch. And I'm pretty sure I won't. I don't know what kind of circle you ride with, son.
Yeah.
That was
In
Brock
the
wasn't,
circles that we.
Brock wasn't in their circle, that was at a
I'm
party.
just saying. I don't know. What kind of party you go to?
Right.
I don't fuck with no
When
party
the
like
last time you
that.
been to the club?
To the
We
what?
just went to the club like,
What
that,
club?
3 weeks ago? We went to the road.
I ain't behind that no dumpster. Man.
All the white people in the road, you could have been going, you could have went in the bathroom, somebody been getting raped in there. White people rape people all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll go to bathrooms in the club, they're nasty.
he gotta come back early.
I'm sick of this
Might as well
nigga,
just leave
man.
it alone. He
But
gotta
it's
come
true.
back early.
Man. It's true. I ain't heard. And this
Leave it
like club,
alone.
they ain't even got that club. They ain't even had no nigga with mix and shit.
See what you said? You said this nigga is Trump right before the show started.
Yeah, they had the nigga in the bathroom with the rubbers and everything, and the lotion they ain't got and that glove. So I definitely wasn't going in there. Now, I don't know what kind of sanitary product they got in that bit. Hey man, come on,
the
man.
hell, man?
I think
Boy,
we-
how many bottles of
I
Stella
know,
Rosa
right?
you had,
How much
man?
have you been drinking today? Oh my god. What is going
Hey man, what's the
on?
topic, man?
Man, we talking about fake
What
news
time?
today. Brand Nation, we talking about fake news. The black Donald Trump second on list. I ain't say that. Somebody else did.
I done said you right, boy.
It don't matter, it's still
Alright,
funny.
now you better keep going
Why
back.
you crying?
Then you never laugh too hard, boy.
Laughing.
I ain't say that.
Go ahead, man.
Who that was
I
funny?
done said you right, now we need to move on back.
Hey, that's he.
This why niggas don't say they right. But once you give them that little inch, niggas gonna stretch that shit a mile. I ain't saying you right about shit else, but I bastard. How about that?
You gotta tone down the rhetoric, man.
Hey man, we talk a lot of shit.
Man, we gonna talk about-
sometimes I jump over their head sometimes.
Brand Nation, we gonna talk about fake news today, man. Man. As soon as
I made the intro.
Go ahead.
That fake news or whatever. You know, now that, see this is what happened with when illegitimate motherfuckers get a hold of the narrative. Because before, niggas ain't believe shit that the crack was saying. But now that Trump is to put this fake news out there, now niggas can't say that they don't believe everything because Trump said it. And then that'll align you with Trump. So now niggas got to believe everything that the crack put in their face just because Trump saying that shit fake. That's how it is, nigga. Now you can't say nothing fake now, because now if you say it's fake, Trump saying it's fake too, you just don't want to be on Trump's side. That's the only thing, man.
No, but Trump says that things are fake that are actually true. That's the thing about Trump. Niggas
well, what the
say-
hell kind of intro was that?
Yeah.
Brand Nation, we talking about fake news because it was the bombs and the killers and everybody saying that it's fake. That's why we talking
The
about.
thing
I
is
love
that
that.
Trump
Okay,
says
yeah,
it's
Trump-
fake news and stuff that's actually true, and he tried to say
Yes.
it's fake to sway it.
Trump
That's
is a
different from
bullshitter.
niggas saying this is fake.
Yeah, Trump is a bullshitter.
I don't
I
think.
understand, but that
Yeah,
is
I don't think that
I
you
don't
gotta
agree with Trump.
disagree with Trump and say that it's real news when it's fake news just
Right.
because it's Trump. I think that the term itself has led to something that was already building up before Trump, which is where everybody think everything goddamn fake or whatever.
Well,
People
it-
think the
well,
moon landing
that's,
fake.
That's too simple. It builds up to distrust in the media. Is what it builds up, and it's not without basis. Let's just not act like that the distrust comes
Okay.
from nowhere.
So where does the distrust in the media come from? Like what name?
I'll say one, like when it was everybody seen this meme when it was going around. It was like because all these stations is on ABC, and it's only like 3 major ones, and then they got all these off things that still stem back to all the web go back to one thing. And everybody seen all these hundreds of stations across the nation. They got a compilation of it, of them doing the same message. It sound like it's goddamn what they call that shit, brainwashing. You seen that shit?
Yeah, I see.
And all of them saying that's just a small sample of how.
But that don't mean it's fake though. That just mean that they all pushing the same
Everybody
narrative,
pushing
saying
the
it the same way.
same narrative.
See,
Yeah, but how does that correlate to it being fake though?
right?
Yeah.
Because there's something called.
If something
Because
happens,
somebody-
Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
if something happens,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and everybody's airing it, if it's a big story, of course everybody's gonna air the same thing because they're in it to make money regardless. So they want people to watch it. I just
Also, what about journalism? Is nobody taking into account journalism? Like, for example, BBC is the one British network we get over here because it's the biggest. But there's several different British networks over there, whatever, Sky and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you watch it, they report stuff the same way, but that is not because it's fake. It's because journalism is supposed to be a certain way. And certain things you report, you're supposed to say it a certain way, you're supposed to do it in a certain tone or whatever. A person reporting the news is just supposed to report the news. They're not supposed to put all that emotion behind it. That's why when you read a news story, you're supposed to read it just like this, without any inflection in your voice, so that it can be like it's supposed to be like that. It ain't supposed to be all that like how Fox News do, where they put all that commentary in.
This is how it goes. This is how you know it's all collaborators behind the scenes. Louis Farrakhan had 1 million niggas doing that march. Not one station, ABC, NBC, Fox, not one of them said a peep. Why? Because it's a blackout of Louis Farrakhan. And why is that every station thing if it's a private business? If it's a private business, somebody would have picked up on it.
everybody knows that they're politically
Right.
motivated.
But that's two
Everybody
separate
knows
things though. That's
no,
not
that's
fake news.
no, but no, I'm showing you how the news or whatever, cause this is what I want you to focus on, and you just gonna not talk about this or whatever. So
What's it
they put
called
whatever
when
they
you
want
take
in your
something?
face.
What do you call when you take something away from something or you leave something out? I can't think of the word right now.
Leave something out.
Damn. But that's what they doing.
Kendra would say you're lying.
No, that's not a lie. When you leave something out, it's like oh man, why am I?
You're not
why am
telling
I
everything
drawing
I
a
did,
line?
man.
It start with an
Every
A.
nigga you're lying.
It start with an A,
Start with an A?
don't it? But whatever it is, I can't think of the word, Bro Nation. I apologize. But that's what they're doing. They're keeping it out. They're not telling you the story. That's still not fake. My thing about this,
Like
like,
any fake news, anything
yes,
all
there
this
is
real.
Here's okay. So let's get into this. So here's my thing, like with the bomb situation, right? The bomb thing kind of pissed me off a lot because everybody.
Why is this?
Here's why it pissed me off. So it came out. Bombs was mailed to Obama and Hillary and George. Not George, but this.
All these motherfuckers, like
Obama,
all niggas.
no, I'm saying when it first came out, it was three people. It was Obama, Hillary, and CNN. Bombs mailed to Obama, Hillary, and CNN. Automatically, social media went and said it's fake, not real. Lou Dobbs from Fox News tweeted, "Fake news, fake bombs." Right? Then all these other people put it fake, right? Okay, number one, if you're gonna say something is fake, you have to give me a source or some reasoning to say it's fake. You can't just say it just to say it. I don't believe it just because I don't want to believe
And
it.
then just because they control the narrative doesn't mean that there aren't facts and truths to what
They're saying.
is in the story.
I
They're
could
just
do-
controlling the narrative. That doesn't mean that the
I
story
could-
didn't happen or that it's not true.
I could distrust Crowder just because of their past discretions. Just because that
True,
I can
which is
distrust them with
understandable.
that. So you can tell me whatever you want to tell me about this happened and that happened and that happened. I don't. This is what my granddaddy told me. Goddamn it, was granddaddy. One of them old niggas told me this. Believe half of what
granddaddy.
you see and none of what you hear.
Yeah, that's great, man.
All right, that makes perfect sense. So
then
I
you
didn't
can
necessarily
put the
see.
facts together yourself. If you see
Yeah.
inconsistencies in the story, then you know what the facts are and what is.
See,
what
for
is
me,
fake.
I would say maybe it happened, maybe it didn't.
But
I
for
can't
me,
say
for
100%.
me,
I don't
for
know.
me,
I
it's
think
getting
it's
dangerous
discredited.
because and they're like,
Why is dangerous?
Why
Why
is
is it
it
discredited off?
You can't, yeah. If you start discrediting everything,
How's that dangerous though? I want to know where the dangerous
Okay,
is.
so then,
Who's in danger? Who life in danger?
People don't take things seriously.
they don't take things
anymore.
serious, bro.
What you mean? Or
It's just okay,
who is
so-
this dangerous?
Go ahead.
I want to know who's dangerous.
So people, humans,
Yeah.
because say for example, a hurricane coming, right? And they like a hurricane coming. It's a category 5. Fake news. Ain't no damn hurricane coming.
Boy,
That's
that's
what
why you got people in
Ain't nobody saying that the weather.
That's so many
It's
people in North Carolina dying. They would
Thank
not
you.
leave their
I-
homes
no, no, no.
and wouldn't take it seriously.
South Carolina,
No, that wasn't because they thought it was fake.
That's not true. I heard a dude say it on CNN.
People don't
The
believe
dude
it.
was standing right there. They said,
They don't
"Sir,
think
are
it's
you
that
going to
serious.
evacuate?"
Everyone-
I think I was sitting here with D when they said the thing. They said, "Sir, are you going to evacuate? They about to close the bridge, right?" And he said, "No, I don't believe that. Y'all always overblow things.
Exactly.
Y'all always make it worse than what it
That's
is."
not- And then, no,
Then the
because you had
hurricane
people-
came
yes.
and fucked up his house and flooded out his house,
He's
and he
like, I
got
should've
ripped
left.
off a helicopter. And it was
should've
the
left.
same dude. And they said, "Sir, why didn't you leave when we talked to you?" "Oh, I didn't think it was real. I should have
I
left."
should have left.
That's the type of shit I'm
And that's the
talking
same
about.
thing when you had the interview with what's her name, Carrie.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
Oh, yeah.
People automatically
Same
was
thing.
like,
Oh, she
that's
lying.
fake. She lying. It's
She
the
lying.
same
Ain't no
exact
sex
thing.
trafficking. She lying.
But sex trafficking is a real thing, and people do send bombs for no reason because they're stupid.
Or what if a motherfucker? What if they be like, Russia just invaded Africa and they killed such and such amount of people and they taking over Nigeria and they say Nigeria is an extension of Russia now? Fake news.
But what if
You
people
can't
are
just say
seriously
it.
over there?
I'm with you on the whole. Don't believe everything you read
Right.
thing, but you have to have a source behind what you're talking about. Niggas just saying it just to say it. My thing is, all we knew about this bomb situation was packages came, they opened them up, they seen it was bombs or whatever. Not the people who were supposed to receive them, but the police. They opened up, they seen it was bombs. They said somebody sent it. That's all they said. Everybody was like, it's fake.
Just as much as you have to prove something to be true, you have to prove that it's fake as well.
Damn right.
People act like it's not. the
Especially
same on
when
both
you
sides.
challenge. Okay, if I say that we landed on the moon, D, or whatever, right? And all the evidence show that we landed on the moon, and that is the standard belief. You have to show evidence. The onus of proving it is on you, or whatever. Cause it's just like the same thing. You want to say something is real, and you don't have no evidence. It's up to you to prove that. All my evidence show that it is.
Wait. It's not on you if I say something. It's on you to prove to me that it's real. If you say this is real, it's not on me.
Okay, I already did. So you did.
I'm going off of everything.
That's my point.
But anyway, back to this hurricane thing or whatever. That's the only thing I want to answer to. Y'all niggas went on the whole little scroll, goddammit. Look, the nigga that said that I ain't believe it, he wasn't talking about no fake news because this is what people do with hurricanes that it's been going on with that. People don't leave because they say it's never that bad. That ain't got nothing to do with fake news.
That's the
That
same
don't have
thing.
nothing to do with fake news.
That's not believing the news.
But they're getting it from the news.
I'm saying,
They're
wait,
getting it
I-
from the
I-
Weather Channel,
all
from the
right.
weatherman.
You know, it's people that don't think Dylan Roof went inside the church in South Carolina and shot
I
9
just want to
people.
know how this shit is dangerous. Not believing these guys. It ain't dangerous to me.
Okay, here goes
Then I believe
I'll
you,
show you
sir.
why it's not. I'll show you why it's
How
not.
is that dangerous?
Domestic terrorism is the #1 source of terrorism in America. Okay, this what happened the other day is domestic terrorism. He's from America. He was born and raised in America. He's from America.
You talking about what?
The dude who got arrested for sending the bombs. Okay, the dude Soros or whatever his name is. Right? Dylan Roof from America. All these people that do these domestic terrorism acts is from America. We never address domestic terrorism or gun control because every time one of these things happen, they say it's fake. And
That ain't why. That's not why they don't address it.
Why
That's
not
not
address it?
You think? Hold on. You think the reason why they ain't gun control laws?
I ain't say gun control.
Why they gun
I'm
laws?
talking about domestic
The
terrorism.
reason why we don't address domestic terrorism is because majority of Americans don't believe it happened. Is that what you're saying?
Damn right. You know how many.
Okay,
You know how many
I can't argue
white.
with that because you just wrong.
You know how many.
Majority of people is
You
not
know-
conspiracy theory. Majority of people think what happened to Sandy Hook, what happened with Dylan Roof. Majority of people think that shit real. So what are we talking about?
No, because when it come up for votes or whatever, people don't vote for the shit. And then when the reason why
Not
do y'all
think
think
that
most
this
people
stuff is
No,
real.
bro.
Most,
Okay?
so y'all want to say the majority of Americans are conspiracy theories.
Because it doesn't happen to them.
I just
It-
know I
so
want
they
to.
don't-
No, I ain't like that. I just want to know the answer.
Yes, I think the
You think
majority
that
of
majority
Americans
of
are.
Americans are conspiracy
I
theories?
think 60% of America is dumb and
No,
conspiracy
conspiracy.
theories.
You think
Yes.
they believe none
Yes,
of the news?
because part of
Alright.
being a conspiracy nut is being dumb.
I don't know how to argue with that.
What
But
you
it
mean?
is just not true. So you can't argue with
So how
with
much?
shit that ain't true.
What percentage of Americans do you think
Extremely low.
is a conspiracy nut?
It's extremely low.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure.
Why you say it's extremely low? What gives you that notion? What makes you believe that?
Because Trump won, Hillary won the popular vote, right? Is anybody that voted for Hillary that most of the conspiracy theories? I doubt it. You highly doubt it, right? Now Trump won how much? Just a lot, a couple thousand, 100,000, 300,000 less than Hillary for the popular vote. Now how many of them are Trump? I think is conspiracy theory. All of them.
No, but here's the thing.
So Hillary won most, and then at least half of them don't. So that didn't even close to
Here's the
being
thing.
half of America's
Here's the thing.
conspiracy
Here's the
theories.
thing, though.
Bomb!
It's at least okay. First of all,
What else you got to say, boy? Court adjourned.
no, it's not. If you listen, Fox News, for example, is fucking bullshit. 100%
No, it's
bullshit.
not. What? No,
Okay.
it's not.
Tell me why Fox News ain't bullshit.
Yeah, we
Tell me why Fox News ain't bullshit.
No, they do have a lot of bullshit, but I don't count them as having more bullshit than the other news stations. They both equally have both their bullshit. I just don't agree with Fox most of the time.
Show me. Okay, let me ask you something. Okay,
So I
so
don't agree with Fox most of the time. That's why.
okay, non-agreement is not what I'm calling bullshit on. I'm calling bullshit on the fact that they put out fake news for real.
Legit fake news.
Legit fake news. They change.
Everybody does. If you Google fake news
That's
from
not
if
true.
you Google fake news from NBC,
That's not-
ABC,
Why
that's
did,
all
you
the
say,
rest
why
of
did
it.
you say you disagree with Fox the majority of the time?
But during
Why
the
did you say
time
that?
because they have a Republican viewership.
And they put out fake
or
news.
whatever. No, just if you have a Republican view and the opinion of the stuff that they give, it'll be based in a Republican way.
Andrew Gillum is not under investigation by the FBI. That's a fact. We know that for a fact. I literally just watched Fox News after the debate the other day, and they legit said Andrew Gillum was on the ropes when DeSantis won this debate by saying he was under investigation by the FBI.
Not
I'm just saying
Did-
Fox don't do it
Wait
more
a
than
second.
anybody else.
Did DeSantis
MSNBC did the same
did
thing.
DeSantis win the debate?
DeSantis?
Yeah.
That's an opinion thing.
I'm asking you though.
Hell no.
Okay. Is Andrew Gillum under investigation by the FBI?
No.
Okay, that's blatant fake news reporting.
Blatant.
Okay, and then I also see, I knew this was gonna come up because when you said let's talk about fake news, I
But all of them do fake news. You just don't know fake news
But
when
wait,
you watch the other
I knew
stuff
this was
because you like them.
It's
So
a
you in that
independent-
bubble. You love the little dyke
I see
bitches
your
and the
point,
little
but
what's the gay
What
boy
is-
name?
I see your point.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Okay.
You love
What are you saying about seeing out Puerto Rico?
I see Tank's point, but it's just not validated enough for me.
but all the shit, man, all the shit, all the niggas get
Stop
fake
it.
news.
Wait,
All these niggas.
I knew this was gonna come up, so I looked up something.
Oh,
Good point.
Well, fuck his buzz.
Watching Florida Georgia. It was an independent study that was done.
I wonder.
A nonpartisan.
Here we go. If that's the first thing you gotta say.
No, wait, let
When
me
you're doing a study, the first thing you gotta say is non-partisan.
No,
That's
I'm
what
trying to.
You
I'm
gotta
trying to.
let it go.
believe it.
Go ahead on with your little story from motherfucking Harvard.
It was an
Wherever
independent
the
study. It was
different
an
motherfuckers.
It wasn't. And I'm gonna tell you why it was a true independent study.
All right.
It's an independent study that was done that Republicans love to use to say that CNN pumped fake news, right? So they did a study on how much negative coverage is there towards Trump. They said that the study shows CNN does 90% negative coverage on Trump. And Republicans, every time they come on CNN, they quote that study. They're like, well, there was a study done that showed that y'all negative towards the president. They used it so much this week because it was the topic of conversation. Okay, but if you read the whole study at the bottom, it says that the negative coverage on Trump has nothing to do with false reporting. It's negative because they cover the negative shit that the president says and does.
Which is true.
Which is true. It's just negative. What has happened with this fake news narrative is people say, like you just said, you don't agree with most of the shit Fox say, or whatever. People is faking whether you agree with it or not and making it fake news. Angela Rye has said on CNN, this president did this, and this, and this, and this. She named like 6 things, right? The Republican lady who was on there for Trump said, see, y'all reporting stuff right there, and I don't think that's right that y'all always report negative stuff on the comments. And Angela Rye responded with, just because it's negative, don't mean it's fake.
Exactly.
And that's my point. CNN is reporting 100% real talk shit.
So CNN is for real. They're not.
I ain't listen what I'm
What are
saying.
you saying?
Listen what I'm saying.
CNN is not. You
They
don't say
report-
nothing negative
they
about it,
report-
but Are they good? They're the best.
MSNBC, CNN, CBS, all the other stations is reporting real talk shit.
All of them real.
But the thing
Believe
is,
everything.
it's negative towards Trump.
So we should believe.
So it's fake. They say it's fake because you're being mean.
all that you said is you should
It's
believe,
not the-
believe everything from that.
No, what I'm saying is, it's not the news job to be nice.
Yeah,
The news job is to report.
Exactly.
So if you want them to report non-negative shit, then don't do negative shit. But don't say it's fake
They
just
can
because you
control the
don't like it.
narrative, but that does not make it fake.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You know what controlling the
It's-
narrative is? That's called propaganda.
No,
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
That's how you do propaganda. That's propaganda 101. control the narrative.
Vice
Even if
control-
it's true,
Vice-
that don't mean that you can't control
Vice
the narrative.
controls the narrative. That's not propaganda.
And it's propaganda.
So all news propaganda.
Well, no, if you're controlling the narrative, it means you're not telling the whole story. You're giving the big
No, that's not what Bria mean when she said that.
That's how you control the narrative.
No, she means they're the one.
That's
They're
how
the
you-
source.
They
They're the
control.
source.
They
control
control
what?
your perception of the story. That's what I mean by that. That doesn't mean it's fake. That doesn't mean it's not truthful. That doesn't mean there's not truth in it. They just control how you perceive.
And what can they do? How can they can perceive? They can make you perceive it how they
Because
want
they
you to,
tell-
right?
Yes, but that doesn't make it fake. Take is my point.
I know, but if they okay, so let's say so I want you to perceive this president a certain way. So yes, I'm gonna report on all of this, but I'm not gonna report on all of that.
Yeah, but it's
Still
those
not
things are-
fake.
I'm
it's
saying-
still-
Still not
But
fake.
if
It's
those
like
things are true
I got
about the
one.
president, then I mean,
I got
what
one.
can you
It's
say?
like when a black dude get something happen to a black dude, like you get in a fight with the police or whatever, and the black dude gets shot or whatever, right? Then they show his criminal record or whatever, right? They're controlling the negative narrative because they want you to see that this man was a criminal. It ain't fake.
But they
He
don't want
really
you
did
see
go to
that
jail.
He was unarmed and the cop was
Right.
arrested. They don't
It
want
still
you
don't
to
make
see
it
that.
fake.
And what's the point of doing that? It's propaganda.
Is
Because they want you to see. That's why
Right.
my whole point about
But
anything
that-
propaganda, whether good or bad or whether you
I
feel
hear
it or
you.
not,
I can
it's
That's
agree.
propaganda.
true, but it's still real.
It's still real.
It's still real. So in this particular
What you want to
situation,
report about these bombs and all this shit? You know what?
But
What shit? Don't report that. Believe what you want to believe, my
the
nigga. Free
bombs, the
country.
bombs ain't fake though.
The bombs are not
We did
fake.
walk on the moon. That's what they said.
We walked on the
God
moon.
damn it.
We walked on the damn moon.
I don't know what these niggas did back in 1960. I know they shot MFK and they shot Malcolm X.
Those
You
are
know
facts.
these niggas. I know that, but them niggas dead.
And they
I
walked
can't-
on the moon.
I don't know about none of that.
And he
shit.
killed JFK.
They busted his head wide open.
Wide
Wide
open.
open. That shit on video.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just saying, man, I think the fake news narrative is I think it's part of the reason why this dude sent the bombs. Cause he crazy. Because he done got caught all up in this Trump. Everything to me, cause Trump good for that shit.
They're in their own reality.
Trump do the same shit like he did earlier. Yeah, they live in their own reality, bro.
Of how the world works, and it's not the way the world works.
You know, my thing is they do shit like when Trump say, "Oh, they're trying to say," he said, we talked about this. He said, "Oh, if Elizabeth Warren got one drop of Native American blood, I'll donate $1 million to whatever charity." He said that shit on tape. Then it came out that she had a percentage of a Native American blood.
This bitch got a point.
It don't matter. He said one
He
drop.
said a
He
percentage.
said one drop.
He said a
He said
percentage.
one
It
drop.
don't matter
Yeah,
what
right.
the
He gonna
percentage
donate.
is.
And then when they asked,
No.
but here go the point. It don't matter what her percentage was. They asked him about it
Yeah.
again. It was like,
He said thank
"You
you.
gonna donate?" He was like, "Fake news. I didn't say that." What? What?
Hey man, y'all better peep
It was like, I said
that.
that. They be like,
This
"This
man
you
is
said that."
crazy.
Okay,
He's
tell me.
crazy.
this week.
Y'all say crazy, but this nigga president.
Wait, this
He
week.
a crazy president.
This week or whatever, he came out and was like, "There's a word. It's kind of old fashioned. I'm not supposed to say it. They said it's a bad word now. I'm gonna say it though. I'm a nationalist, right? Which
We know
means
what you
you a
mean,
white
right.
supremacist, right?
Right, we know what the
We
fuck
know what
you
you
mean.
mean, right?
Say it.
Then when they asked him the next day, they was like, "Did you know that nationalist was a bad word?" He was like, "No, I didn't know that." He literally said before he said it that I know it's a bad word. I'm not supposed to say it. And they was like, "But sir, you said you know it's bad word. Fake
Did
news."
y'all see all these niggas, all these monkey ass niggas at the Black Summit with Trump?
Oh, let's talk about that real quick. Did you see the Black Summit?
I hear what he said.
That's when he did that's when he announced about Soros getting caught. He was like, "I want to announce that we caught the guy who sent the bombs to former government employees."
Mhm.
He wouldn't even say President Obama. He said former government employees.
Well, they were. Just
See,
saying.
it's not fake news.
They were.
Anyway,
But
I don't like
I'm talking about these niggas. All these niggas with their
They
mama
was
hats
young,
on.
though. They was
all
young.
these-
They was young. I think they was paid actors. That's fake news.
I don't think they paid ads. This nigga done went across
Oh,
the
that's
country.
real.
No, I know, but I think he done went across the country and got all of the young black Republicans and got these niggas in one room.
So all 22 of them.
yeah, he got all these niggas in one room. They're like, yeah, Trump.
It was hosted by Stacey Dash and
Oh,
Ben
yeah.
Carson.
Yeah.
It was hosted by Stacey Dash and Ben Carson. I watched the whole thing.
Believe what you want to believe. That was
So
what I'm
here
saying.
what the conference was. Here what the conference was. So they had all these kids. They came up one by one. Not the whole 22 people in the room. It was only 22 people or something like that. But not all the 22 kids in the room. But like Stacey Dash, Ben Carson spoke, and some other people spoke that I ain't never heard
This
of.
was a cool meeting.
It was a cool meeting. They all had on MAGA hats. And they came up and talked about how Trump has helped them succeed or whatever, and be achieve more because of his policies.
Oh yeah.
Right. So one chick got up there. This is the one that blew my mind. She was like, "Yeah, I'm going to med school thanks to Donald Trump. Before he was in there, I don't think I would have got accepted into college." And I was thinking to myself, med school is graduate school.
Yes, it is.
So you've been in college for 4 years.
Yes.
Trump been elected for 2. What the fuck you talking
Get
about?
out of here,
What you
bruh.
talking about?
Get the heck
It's
out
a whole bunch of bullshit.
What,
that's some
You
bullcrap.
talking about some super coons?
Chill out.
Well, them was super coons. Well, one of them went to
Never
fam.
went to college. Get
One
out
of
of
them said he
here.
went to, they made sure they got that nigga up there.
He read up there.
Nah, he been, hey, shout out E-Red. I wonder if he watched, boy, you a coon, boy. But, you know what, E-Red not a coon. You know what
He's a
E-Red is?
Republican.
No, he say he's
Is
a
he for Trump?
libertarian. He hate Trump.
Oh yeah.
But he hate Democrats too. He's one of
I don't understand. I understand why some Republican niggas hate Democrats, but fuck the Republicans. Well, he said he's not a Republican.
I like to pick your brain. Why do you think Republicans hate Democrats? Because I don't get it.
Why do Republicans? Because they just say shit without backing to get niggas vote. Like ever
That's
since
all
that, ever
politics.
since that, I know, but it's without backing. So it's like, why are y'all niggas so loyal to a party that don't give a fuck about?
Why
you?
they so loyal to Republicans and they
I
don't give a fuck about them?
You hear the end of my sentence?
No, I see what you're
The end
saying.
of my sentence was, I understand why Republicans hate fucking Democrats. I don't understand why they're Republican either.
Yeah.
That was when my
Yeah, that's my thing.
But
You
they
don't-
loyal to a party that don't really give a fuck about you.
Both sides, that's right.
Either way.
The two, first of all, it's never. This whole two-party system is just made up shit that niggas, everybody just going along with.
Two-party system is so that people can retain power.
This ain't in no constitution. This is just some shit we doing
Basically.
or whatever.
And then the party's smart too because instead of like another party being added, Bernie Sanders should not be a part of the Democratic Party. Neither should Andrew Gillum. Neither should the chick from New York or the chick from California we talked about or the black chick from Boston or whatever. But instead, Democrats were just like, well, we'll just assimilate them in. Same thing that the Republicans did because the Tea Party was a separate thing. And they was like, yeah, y'all a little extreme, but we gonna go ahead on and assimilate y'all on in here because we don't want to lose power.
In order to get on this, and what was that little leprechaun looking motherfucker in the 90s?
Ross Perot.
Ralph Perot. Goddamn these country buck. He was saying fuck all of them. Fuck these Republicans. Look what the hell they doing to the deficit.
Yeah.
Now ever since him, they changed the whole rules of what it takes to get into the presidential running or whatever. You need a certain amount of money. You need a certain amount of this, a certain amount of that.
Well, they
So
did
now
that.
it's always gonna be Republican.
They did that to Ross Perot anyways because Ross Perot wasn't on, like, I don't think he was on the ballot in all 50 states. And you can't win if you ain't on the ballot in all 50 states.
He basically got.
But it's up to the state.
He took a lot of shit away from
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah.
He got
Clinton would have won regardless though.
I don't know. He took
Clinton
a lot
was
of
a rock
shit.
star, baby. When Clinton went on Arsenio Hall playing that saxophone, it was over. It was over. Clinton is just like
Boy, they know
Obama.
how to get the niggas, don't they?
Yeah, but
Man, fuck all these niggas, man. I hate the politics shit. I swear to you. Don't nobody
It's a way of life,
Niggas
though.
just pick a team. I hate this. What is labeled just like that's why niggas you be trying to say I'm Republican. I'm this. Because everybody if you say something, you got to fit into a certain box. And then you got to check all boxes of that label that you with.
yeah, so the way I look at it is like this or whatever, right? Because I'm not a Democrat. I'm a socialist, right? But the way I look at it, but I stand on the Democrat side because
So you got to check. So that means you got to check off every box of the
Every single
socialist is about or whatever. Or then
I like everything
you get
that's
called,
socialist.
or you get called out.
Okay, but the way I look at it is like this, right? Imagine that there's a war going on and the world split down the middle 50-50, right? And the A side versus the B side, right? And you don't pick a side. You like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Eventually, you going to get overcome by war. Because they just going to keep fighting around you. You either going to die or get assimilated in and don't have no rule over your own shit anyways. So you got to pick a side.
Goddamn.
You got to pick a side. The only reason Switzerland was able to stay neutral in World War II because they had all the money. And they did pick a side, by the way. Even though they said they was neutral, they was definitely with Germany. Because they let Germany come there and do all their gold banking and all that stuff or whatever. So the whole narrative that Switzerland was neutral is bullshit. So you have to pick a side. World War II, literally every country in the world was involved in that. But the reason why is because you got to pick a side. Either A, the Americans going to come set up shop on your shit and be like, well, you closer to us, so we gonna land our planes here. Or the Germans going to take over and you're going to have to live under German rule. But saying that, hey, Brazil, we neutral over here, we don't want nothing to do with that shit ain't gonna work. So that's the same way America is. We have this republic that we live in. You get representatives, you gotta vote. You don't have to vote, but voting is the thing, whatever. You can say you're not gonna vote, but if you don't vote because you don't want to be a part of this side and they don't match up, you still gonna have to rule under their rule anyways.
I agree with that.
So you might as well pick a side. It's dumb. I
You're
get
gonna
it.
have to. You're gonna be forced to.
Yeah, I get it. You right. I agree with you, cuz.
It depends on if what's gonna be. See, this is the good thing about the practically right about the Constitution. You only have a president for 4 years, and then the next motherfucker come in.
Yeah, so
So
it's kind of
as-
like what you were saying before, like you pick the lesser of two people.
Yeah,
That's
as
what
much,
we were talking about.
as much as the nigga hate Trump or whatever, he'll be out of here in a couple of years.
Will he?
Yeah, whatever.
I think he's gonna win again.
Well, I mean, but still,
But
still
8 years is the
eventually,
max.
eventually
I
gonna
do
be
agree.
out of
I
this
will say this
motherfucker.
though. I was just talking to somebody about this week. I think the Constitution should be revisited
No,
every 20 years.
Fuck no.
What
We
do you mean
talked
fuck
about
no?
this
You can't say
before.
fuck.
No.
You can't say fuck no, because slavery was originally okay in the
No, it should be
Constitution.
amended if we have a problem with amendment, but not whole revisited because.
But why not though? We had this conversation before.
right.
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
It works.
Because you didn't give a valid
Okay,
reason
but
last time.
I'm not saying tear it
But
up.
I
I
like
said
it.
revisit it.
No, I like it because it works and it don't need to be revisited.
It
If
do.
something needs to be amended, then we'll amend it.
But amending the Constitution is one thing. You can still have amendments, but the Constitution should be revisited every 20 years because life changes.
I don't trust different generations with shit.
But it don't
matter.
That's not your generation no more. You know what?
But no, I'm saying, what if it happened in my generation?
18th,
That
bro,
I don't
it's
like
shit in the Constitution that was written by 18th century motherfuckers. What they got to do with us? And what do you
I
have
know, but
to
it's
do?
working for
What
me.
do you have to
It's
do?
working.
That's my point. What do you have to do with 40 years down the line from now?
Well, fuck the
We're
next
talking about
generation.
20 years. 20 years from
But you
now.
can't say.
Well, I can't. That's what we do. Whatever work for our
20
generation,
years
not
from
fuck the
now,
next
20
generation.
years from
That's
now,
what
you
I'm
50
saying.
years old, bro. Like the shit don't apply. Like you did don't apply. And plus,
do whatever you want. Fuck the Constitution.
and plus, you can't live in a place where you can be able to. That goes back to what you said about the two-party system. Then it's the same thing. You
But
trying
that's
to keep power,
no. 2 party system, that's just some shit niggas do, but then got
but not revisiting the Constitution. You want to keep power to the way it is already.
No, I'm just saying that the way the shit is, it's been working. Well, I mean, we amended this. I mean, niggas would have been kept on.
When the last amendment? What was the last amendment to the Constitution? Look that up.
What's wrong with the Constitution?
A lot of shit.
What's wrong? Give me one. You
Um,
want to take niggas away
guns,
guns?
yep.
That shit ain't gonna work,
Guns
bro.
need to be changed.
That shit ain't
I
gonna
don't
work.
think you need to take everybody. See, that's why we can't get gun reform
Because
because.
don't want it.
But wait,
I don't want it.
No,
Nigga,
niggas just don't want to change.
right. That's
I
why.
don't want
Let me
it. That mean
let me
that's
goddamn
I don't
finish.
want it, bro.
Let me goddamn
Leave that shit the same. Don't touch it. I'm with the crackers on this.
Listen.
We under these cracker rules, and you want to take away niggas' guns? Boy, not your
Niggas ain't got guns anyway.
Fuck that shit.
Niggas ain't got guns anyway.
I know that's because they ain't smart enough.
So gun reform.
Wise up.
Okay, here go my thing. Gun reform need to change in the strength.
1992,
92. What was the
27.
what was the amendment?
27.
What is the 27th amendment? Would you look that up for me? I bet it's something to do with handicap or something like that. But listen,
Niggas need ramps.
yeah, I'm dead ass. That's what I bet. That's what
I
it
should
is.
know this.
I should know it too. But listen, okay, so you got gun reform. Everybody always say taking guns. Go ahead, Bria. What it is?
Stupid. Rate of compensation for the members of Congress,
So they amended the thing so they can get paid more.
basically. They have control over how much they get paid.
See,
basically.
Congress get to vote on their salary.
The problem with this is the problem with America. You want to finish with the gun control shit?
Yeah, I was just gonna say this. The whole gun control narrative never gets anywhere because every time I say we need gun reform, motherfuckers say, you wanna take the guns. I ain't say that. We need to reform it. We need to
You know the reason why they don't even want to start there because they see if you start there, then the next step and the next step. I've been listening to the Radio Lab More Perfect podcast, and it's all about Supreme Court rulings and how this get here, the Commerce Clause, how they got that for Obamacare. Ain't got shit to do with fucking healthcare and all that. But how the shit be working is it starts here with this little case, and then it goes to that, and then it goes to this, and then eventually it's a whole structural change of what is now from what it used to be.
Good.
That's why them niggas don't. That's why if you want to keep fuck all of these.
Right, they don't want to go down that slope. They just slip
All
on
right,
the slope.
keep it away from the handicapped motherfuckers. Keep it away from them. Do background checks, but no
But the only way
no
you can do that
limitations.
is by reforming it. That's what I'm
You
saying.
make them laws.
You can't make them laws.
You can because if you impaired or whatever, you can make. You don't have to
So-
right bear arms.
So
They take that right away from people.
impaired.
They take that right. If
You
you
mean
need
visually impaired?
I mean, handicapped, like you mentally unstable.
No, that's
They
not
take
true.
rights away from mentally
Wait.
unstable people.
Wait. I know this for a fact because me and Marcus just had a conversation about
What?
this or whatever.
They don't take rights away from mentally unstable people.
It is not illegal to buy a firearm if you're mentally unstable.
I know, but I'm saying they could make it illegal,
Right.
and that wouldn't be
But
against the Constitution.
Here's why you have to constitutionally change it.
Why?
Because every time that they make a gun law, and then when they take it to the Supreme Court, it don't hold up because the Supreme Court, the Constitution says you as a citizen, period, has the right to bear arms. So the fucking Supreme Court have to go off the Constitution.
No, they don't.
So it doesn't say
if I'm a felon or whatever, and I'm a felon, I say I got the right to have a gun. I take that shit to the Supreme Court, nigga. They ain't giving me no gun.
But the Constitution says that felons, they wrote that in. The Constitution says felons can't own guns because having a federal
That
crime,
ain't true
you
because
lose
I
your
can
rights.
still get my rights back.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
That's why we
yeah.
voting on it today.
It's not here, I can't. But you can still get your rights back in certain states.
Right, but not all your rights.
Not all
You
of
never
them.
get the right to bear arms back.
Specific, yeah, there's
Ever.
specific rights that they can.
There's specific rights that you get
Not
back.
everything.
No, you can never
I'ma
get your
look
rights
this
to
up.
bear arms again. I just seen this. You
I
should
think you're wrong, what?
You should look into this too, for real, because we were just. This why you voting because you know right now in Florida,
That's what they're.
if you want to get your felony rights back, you have to go to a review board.
Mhm.
And they only do 200 cases a year, but it's like 20,000 people up for it or whatever. So we vote on this thing that automatically give them their voting rights back or whatever. But you can never get the rights to bear arms again. Even when we vote yes on this, you can never get your rights to bear arms. You have to get a special adjudication or something like that. And I don't even think they've ever done it. Because if you're a felon with possession,
For felons with a criminal record, it's harder but not impossibly
right,
illegally to get your rights back.
right. You have to, and it's a
So,
special
I'm not
thing.
telling you which rights.
This is
What rights
specifically
back?
about the Second Amendment.
Right.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to go to a special review board and all that stuff.
Look at-
So what I'm saying is,
Go ahead on.
this is what I'm saying. I don't care about felons getting rights to get guns back. That's fine. I don't care about that. But if I'm pretty sure it's always gonna be if you murdered or raped, you ain't never getting your rights back. But what I'm saying is, amend the Constitution to say you as a citizen have the right to bear arms unless you're mentally ill or whatever.
What's wrong with that?
It fixes
A lot
it.
of well, see, this is when legality and legalized words and stuff come into play, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that we just saying. It sounds simple, but when you put it in words or whatever, and then you say unless you're mentally unstable, all right, then what? Then it say what is mentally unstable? Then who could say what's
Break it down in the article.
Then-
Yeah,
I know, but
break it
then-
down in the article. They
Then
do
you
it for
break it
everything
down in the
else.
article. I know, but then publicly, all right, and then if I want to stop people getting guns, what can I categorize as mentally unstable? Can I put transgender as mentally
See, here
unstable?
go my thing.
Can I put
No, you cannot put
why
transgender as
it's,
mentally unstable.
no,
you can't.
wait. It's been in there before. Or it was a disorder. So let's not act like
It hasn't
you
been
just
since.
say-
It hasn't been since.
But it was,
since-
right?
It hasn't been since the early 1900s.
No. Nigga, this was 1960s or whatever. We're talking about early, like, it was a disorder all the way up in the books, all the way up to the 60s.
But it's not. It's not. It's not.
Well, my
It's
point
not
is,
as
but that's-
disorder anymore.
I know, but that's beside the point. My point is, what are you going to put under mental unstability? What other? Because then, if you say you can't get a gun if you're mentally unstable, and I put a new category under there for mentally unstable, and I put this person to this person, and I put these group of people under there, then what?
List what those disabilities are, and then just name it all.
They can ostracize a whole bunch of
This shit
people
right
just because
here.
they want to.
This
It's
shit
not
right-
ostracizing them if they have been proven to have mental issues
I
and they're
know.
not capable of it.
If you got paranoid schizophrenia, you can't buy a fucking gun.
I
That's
know,
not hard.
But everybody knows that. I
This,
just
this,
don't
this,
get
know.
this shit right here, what you doing, there ain't no excuse for that. Your job as a lawmaker is to fucking make the laws. I don't care how
Well, you
hard
can't
it
just make
is.
laws. You gotta think.
No,
See, this is why
okay, that's my thing.
this is why everybody not suitable for Supreme Court. You can't just make laws.
Say
You gotta think about
Supreme
the
Court
Court.
don't make the laws. They
I
judge on the
know,
laws.
I know, but they judge on
Yeah,
laws.
but
Once they
it's-
judge on the law,
yeah.
that becomes the law.
Because the laws are
federal
not
law.
based upon how people feel. You're talking about how people are gonna feel about putting that in there.
Yeah,
It's
who
not
gives
what
a
it's
fuck?
based off of. It's based off the greater good of the country in
Oh,
itself.
Lord, you talking about greater good and this evil.
That's what the
That ain't what the law-
That's what the laws
That's
say.
what the law works.
That is
Yes,
shit
it
the
is.
law do.
What are you talking about? That ain't how the law
Well,
works.
nigga, you crazy. Second of all, what you're talking
Majority
about.
rule.
But wait, what you
Majority
talking
don't rule.
What you
Hold
talking
on, let me hold on. You just said majority rule.
Majority do rule.
Oh, majority rule.
Show me how majority don't rule.
Whatever. Majority
Show me how majority
because
don't.
this is how. See, this is why I listen to More Perfect or whatever.
You and seven other niggas.
Radio-
That ain't no majority. Go ahead.
This is how I listen to Radio Lab because the black people didn't have the majority opinion to get segregation overturned. So what they did was they set up fake cases where they had to take it to the Supreme Court and the minority, and they won in the Supreme Court. So that changed the whole thing. So majority would have had kept segregation. The minority is what changed it. Majority don't always rule. One was
Majority
Brown.
of the Supreme Court votes was towards.
Yeah, majority of the Supreme Court, not majority of not
Brown
majority of the
versus
country.
Brown versus
But
the
that's-
Board of Education or whatever was like one of the big civil rights cases, right? About desegregation, right? Yeah, that passed, and places in the South still didn't give a fuck and did whatever they want because you have states' rights and states do whatever they
And
want.
it was a
But
majority.
wait. The country didn't change their narrative on segregation and desegregation of schools until Kennedy sent the fucking army down to help walk
minority.
bridges into a fucking
For
school.
minority thought, right?
Right, but listen.
Minority
No,
over
they
majority.
didn't. No, they didn't.
Yes, they
They
did.
needed white people. If you
They
think
fucking
you
did.
crazy,
All they needed was the president and the Supreme Court.
you crazy because they showed
They
that
used the system.
places.
No, they needed to have white people on their
Listen,
side.
Places
In the community?
Hell yeah, because they vote.
No, they didn't.
Bro, you know how many?
They had to send the National
Wait,
Guard
stop.
down there to stop them.
Stop.
What happened if they don't send the National Guard?
You mixing two things. You're not talking about the same thing. You know how many times the Supreme Court voted on gay marriage and it didn't pass? Why did gay marriage pass recently? Because the narrative of the country had changed. The majority of the country had changed.
But something becomes
More
law,
people-
becomes law whether you like it or not.
If you take a survey, it don't matter. Let's talk about it becomes law whether you like it or not.
Once something becomes law, it's law. Once I say slavery is over, slavery is over.
How does a republic work?
You people vote.
Yeah, people vote. You get a representative. The representative goes. They make legislation for the representative. Right? Okay. Wow. So all this whole time, the narrative of the country was gay is wrong. Gay is wrong.
And it stayed
If you
that way.
take a survey from the 60s and ask how many people think being gay is okay, it is going to be extremely lower than when the gay rights
Hurry up and
the
get the
gay
white.
thing
What you gotta do
passed.
with the laws, what?
The people, the legislation, Congress, they write the laws based on how people feel. Period. Period, point blank. So
Majority of people in the South, they were for segregation. I mean, they were for integration. They were for ending it.
No. The South ain't have nothing to do with it. The South is the minority in the
Majority
situation.
Majority of the country.
What happened is when they showed on TV, because Kennedy, if you watch what's the movie with the Butler movie, right? Kennedy was sitting in the White House, and they were showing the dogs spraying the black people and biting people in Selma, and Kennedy was like, "What the fuck is this?" And they showed that in Boston, New York. They showed it in Buffalo. They showed it all up north where those people, they knew it was segregated down here, but they had never experienced it.
Well, long story short, once it became law, they had to do this shit, right?
Yeah, once something
Okay,
become
what
law,
are
you
you
gotta
talking
do
about?
it. So, but what I was saying was when you were saying that, oh, when you go down that slope, you gotta figure this out, you gotta figure that out. They just need to figure this shit out.
Right.
You don't have no excuse. Figure it out. That's your
I'm
job.
lost on what the hell we talking about.
We talking about making a law for the gun control thing that you said is gonna be too hard to do because you gotta think about all this stuff.
I didn't say it
The
wasn't gonna be too
Constitution
hard to do.
every-
I said don't do it because it's gonna slow to not hold it. If I don't ever want to have to ever worry about me not having a gun, I'll stop all that shit. I don't know what you're trying to do. Point blank period.
But see,
What?
I'm just telling you how American people think. We ain't going for none of that shit,
That
you
has-
fucking
but that has
libtard.
nothing to do with the law.
Look here, you fucking libtards. I ain't trying to go down this route with you, motherfucking Negroes. And what y'all seen the shit with the 16-year-old that was like, fuck y'all niggas.
hey, that shit
You
fake.
seen that shit?
No.
Hey, that shit fake.
It's a little 16-year-old black girl.
So it's a 16-year-old black girl. She was on Dr. Phil. Now that's fake news. She was on Dr. Phil. Yeah, she was like, my daughter's been like that since she was 5. How about somebody found her Facebook page and it's a black goddess, and she talk about how the black woman is an endangered species and all this other like pro-black shit. Dr. Phil, that's some more shit.
Well, that's perfect. Perfect to tie back into my whole thought of it. I knew the shit was fake all from the get-go. And I didn't
No,
No, I knew the shit was propped up from the get-go.
I didn't say that.
What I'm saying
I
is,
say that.
I ain't need nobody to tell me. I ain't need no evidence. I ain't need no none of this, no none of that. I knew that bitch was lying from the minute I seen it on the screen. All I'm saying.
You just said
You
5
joking.
minutes ago.
You joking.
What I said?
That
What?
nigga see black bitch that did the thing. I ain't say that. What's wrong with you, boy?
Look, man.
Oh,
All I'm saying is believe what you want to believe, my nigga. And just because I don't believe or whatever, that don't make me crazy until it
me
happens.
and Brett do the same thing, bro. We
Every
like,
single
what the
time.
fuck?
It's like, what's going on right now?
Everybody said that.
You can make your own narrative, Tank. You can make your own narrative.
Niggas was saying that the FBI was after black people and this, all this. The FBI put crack in the neighborhood. Nobody believed them. Ain't no evidence of the shit.
It is though.
Oh, no, this was before all of this.
Oh, okay.
Before
I
all
was
of
about to
this.
say there definitely is evidence.
Before all this, niggas had been saying that, but they were like, hey man, these motherfuckers crack, they putting guns in the hood, they do. Nobody believe them until somebody comes out from the other side and say this is what happened.
Which ties back into what we were talking about earlier. That
You
most
have
people
to have
are,
proof,
most people
right?
are
Yeah, but
conspiracy
just
theories.
because
They
you
don't
don't
believe
mean it's not real.
No, okay, but
It's really happening.
Okay.
But just because they say it ain't,
the 9/11 thing, for
What?
example, right?
I believe crap.
Me and you and D was talking about the 9/11 thing. Brett, don't let your head blow up. Me and you and D was talking about the 9/11 thing and about how the building fell for no reason. It looked like it got exploded and stuff like that. Whatever. Cool. It's evidence to proclaim that, right?
All that shit been debunked. There's no reason for you not to believe that 9/11 didn't happen the way that you crackers.
How did it got debunked?
All of that shit been debunked. All of that shit
What
been
is
debunked.
What is
Debunked means it's been proven that
No, I know what debunked
Yeah.
means. What are you saying was debunked about?
The 9/11 shit. All
building
of that,
number 7.
Yeah, all of that. Building number 7 has been debunked or whatever. Or how it fell because of fire. Or whatever. They said the building can fall that way. They say it's scientifically right. But if you want to believe that bullshit, then you believe it. But it is scientifically possible. But I don't believe it. My point is, believe what you want to believe, my nigga. That's all I have to say. I don't believe that bullshit.
Did you see the lady from Georgia who the
What
black
lady?
who running for
Stacey Abrams?
Stacey Abrams?
What she do?
She running for governor. She ain't gonna win.
No, she ain't. In
And-
Georgia?
And what happened? Well, she was leading. But what happened? 2 things happened. Number one, the guy she's running against has the power. He's like the supervisor election or something like that over the state of Georgia. So he purged 50,000 voters. Was like, y'all ain't voted 3 times. Y'all gotta go. So and there was 47,000 of them was black. So okay, so he purged all them. And then number 2, a video came out of her when she was in college, when the Georgia state flag still had the Confederate flag on it, and she was burning it and saying, we don't want the Confederate flag as our state flag. And she burned the flag or whatever. So they're like, how dare her disrespect the flag and burn the flag? I'm like, it's a Confederate
You know why
flag.
she could, you know why he could get rid of all them votes and do all of this and do all of that, right?
Why is that?
Because they got rid of the key proponents to the 1964 voters, right?
Oh yeah, the voter right thing.
All right, which happened under Obama, but it wasn't his fault. He was just there. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He was just sitting there.
Oh, the
Shit
side.
happened.
Oh,
He ain't got nothing to do. I'm just saying he was just there, but it happened under him though.
That's a,
But hey, he was just there.
I'm just saying, let me ask you something. How could Obama stop that? That's the Supreme Court.
Why you asking me? I just
I want to
said
ask you a question because you like throw Obama under the bus.
I didn't throw him under the bus. I just
Now
said
you'll be a real sarcastic.
That
I
was
was
real
real
sarcastic.
sarcastic.
And
You
you
be
know it's
real
sarcastic.
sarcastic.
You
God
can't
damn
say
it,
it
Trump.
with a
I'm
straight
sick of your
face.
shit. I'm sick of your shit, Trump.
all I said was
You
Obama
can't
was
say it with a
there.
straight face.
Boy, boy, you a bastard, boy.
You play so much.
God damn it.
We didn't waste a
All I'm
whole
saying
hour
is-
playing with you.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, goddamn, got hit in the head with billy clubs. Goddamn it, had the dog sitting on him to get that legislation passed. And here we go.
What
The
Obama
dream
got to do
deferred.
with the Supreme Court ruling?
I ain't said he had nothing to do with it. All I said was it happened or whatever. Obama probably he probably said something about it. Like, that was fucked up. All right, y'all, we'll shoot these hoops. And you know we ain't heard from nothing.
This
too much
nigga
about it.
trash, bro. Like
You
what?
know what I mean?
I cannot believe you right
It's
now.
crazy.
I think that should still be in the news that shit happened. And when it happened, and then it just got brushed over by everybody, I was like, oh, we just gonna keep on going on with life. Oh, okay.
Well, that's because, like I was telling you before,
all right. He
Is
made no
that-
uproar about this
No,
shit.
like I was
He
telling
should
you.
have made an uproar
Like I
about
was
it.
telling
Like,
you
I ain't
before.
on Obama.
Most people, it's not about Obama. I ain't about talking about Obama. Like
Like,
I was telling you before, most people stupid. Name the average person that even know what the Voters' Right Act, the 1960, whatever it is.
Nobody paying attention to shit.
Right. That's my point.
That's what
I am,
this
though.
whole time.
That's my
Everybody
opinion.
paying-
That's my
You are,
point.
but
But we
it's
ain't
a lot
talking
of
about
people
you. You do a
that-
podcast about this shit, nigga.
All this shit.
Well, niggas out there don't pay attention.
Believe what y'all want to believe.
This nigga here is trash, bro.
The day of the Geechee is over. God damn it. The day of the Geechee is over.
Oh my God,
I'm
D.
so done.
Do you want to replace this nigga?
It was a good episode.
But next week, bro, nation, we gonna have D on here smiling and saying nothing but pro nigga shit.
Hey, y'all said a lot of niggas gonna agree with y'all, a lot of niggas gonna agree with me, or whatever. But the important thing is that niggas talk about shit, which ain't happening. Ain't no niggas talking about this shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about these bombs.
Nobody. That's true. Nobody talking about it. Don't nobody care. Only thing niggas cared about this week was Florida, Georgia. That's so true.
It might be better to be in the Matrix.
He right though. Niggas is in the Matrix.
I know.
Turn on
It's just the way he's saying it is just garbage. Like he's a bum.
Hey man.
Oh, thank you, Kendra. Hey Kendra, do you also co-sign on this crazy Trump shit he's saying?
You co-sign everything, boy.
What?
You co-sign
They can't even hear you,
everything.
Kendra. You not on. You should have came on the pod, so you could have been sitting up here with the minute tank.
I don't need.
He got bum opinions. So is he a bum physically and all that? Hell no, he a hard working man. But do he got bum opinions? He got bum ass nigga opinions. I ain't say that. Matter of fact, I ain't say your husband was a bum. What you talking about? Fake news. Fuck out of here. See, this is what the problem is with America. You got people. You got people making their own narratives and shit. That's what the problem is. I ain't say that. I ain't call you no bum. What she talking about?
I can't even hang on it.
Fake news. Call you no bum. I always said Cedric was an outstanding young man. Fake news. Fuck out of here. Shit. It's like bullshit. See, all these negative attacks on me. Y'all call me hater bear. Y'all do all these things to put me and make me look negative. All these negative attacks on me. That's what the problem is. If you know what, people wouldn't send bombs to your house, and whoever called you a bum, I don't know who did it, but whoever did that wouldn't say shit like that. If you said something positive about my opinions on
Shut up, boy.
you be talking about Jack Stacks and all that. See, my opponent, he's flustered. A hit dog will holler. And it's hollering all through the 685 studios. I'm not saying you're a bum, but I'm saying the bums think you one.
What it says on it?
What is that? Really? Hey.
Oh my
God.
God.
Anyway, look here, man. Hey, what's gonna be the narrative for the next couple of weeks about this bomb shit? We're gonna all blame it on Trump.
I think it's gonna go away.
Think it's gonna go away.
I think it's gonna go away. Dude arrested. What more could you say about the shit? The nigga tried to bomb people. They never. They said he's a Trump person. They got video of him at one of the Trump rallies holding a CNN sign and stuff like that. But I haven't heard anybody explicitly say he did this because of Donald Trump. So I think it'll just go away. He did it. He's arrested. It's over.
I got this thing. They gonna go. See, this is what they did with the niggas was getting fucked with by the police. Every story, the motherfuckers go with the ambulance chasers. Now they do every time they get shot by the police. When at the same time, white people was getting shot by the police too. They ain't chasing them stories. That's the propaganda shit or whatever. Fuck the crack nigga get shot. They chase these niggas and throw that all over there and traumatize me, goddamn, give me PTSD.
Wow.
There's many crackers getting shot. It's like
I'm just glad he didn't kill.
Nobody had this.
I'm just glad that the bombs was fake and he didn't kill Obama or Hillary.
I'm not trying to kill no damn body.
He said he wasn't trying to kill nobody.
Fake news.
He said I wasn't trying to kill nobody or hurt nobody. I was like, well, they said bombs in their house, bro. He hurt somebody.
They didn't even talk.
Nah, he said it in his statement that he released to the FBI, like whatever he said. The FBI.
so that was his purpose in sending it.
I don't know.
I know white people know how to get arrested by the police without getting shot. Niggas got to go through training.
Because they white.
You said no how to.
Yeah.
Like it's a.
I don't know. It's
no book on it.
That's what they seem like. This is
So-
like
Black people do need like
niggas need like a whole
You
training.
need like a manual.
Step one, be white.
You seen I seen the one
And
where
that's it.
nigga had a white person on his windshield and rolled his window up, and there was a white person on the outside
Oh, the window.
like it was him. Yeah, like,
That shit ain't gonna work. They gonna shoot your ass.
Yeah.
Sir, get down. There's a nigga behind you. Blast you. What, you ever see that episode of South Park when they had bad hunting and the only way you can hunt is by saying that the shit was attacking you? So they were going in the woods and shit was just chilling like a deer. And it's like, it's coming right for us. And they just start shooting this shit. That's how the police is. He's coming right at us. And they just shoot niggas.
they be yelling, stop reaching from the stop reaching.
Stop reaching. You be like, nigga, what? I got handcuffs on. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
And everybody just go for this shit. Every video they see a police whooping a nigga saying stop resisting. Why the nigga like this? And everybody just go for
They
it.
go for
The
it.
little girl, the little 14-year-old girl that had the 2 police on the back recently and was getting punched in the reels. The motherfucker was screaming,
The
stop
county-
resisting.
The police said because of her stature, because this big bitch, the cops had to do what they had to
She's
do.
14.
She had a hand.
I
Hey,
don't care.
the girl was big. Like, she was a puncher.
Hey,
Ain't
she's
had
still
no
a
business being on
child.
top of her punching her or whatever. But
That's how
that
they know. That's how they feel about black people.
Stop
It's-
resisting.
Yeah, it's
that
not.
was a big
it's
ass
like-
14-year-old.
I don't care.
What do the cop do in that situation?
Use your regular man strength on a 14-year-old
That's what I would
girl.
think.
Come on.
Well, wait, this is a big bitch now.
It don't matter.
She a little
14, you was a
girl.
big
I
ass cop too.
overpower Stephanie all the time.
Yeah.
And she's bigger than that girl.
What if it's a little ass policeman though?
They call another one.
You gotta call for backup.
Stop resisting.
Now back up, I got this
How
14-year-old
much
big
is-
ass
first of all,
gorilla
how much
bitch
is a
up,
14-year-old?
and she about to slam my ass.
How much is she gonna resist anyway? She's still a child.
Man,
Just because
niggas
she's
be
big, that
wild,
doesn't
though.
make her an
I don't know,
adult.
niggas be wild, so
I don't think so.
I ain't trying to justify none of shit.
Resisting
All shit
arrest-
fucked up anyway.
Resisting arrest shouldn't even be a crime. That's stupid. Like, say somebody be like, you just robbed the 7-Eleven. You like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. You going to jail. And he go to put you in handcuffs. And you like, no, I didn't. And you try to pull away because you ain't robbed the 7-Eleven. And then he charged you with robbing the 7-Eleven and resisting arrest. Then you go to court and prove that you didn't rob the 7-Eleven, but you still got a resisting arrest charge on you.
I think they dropped shit.
That's dumb.
Stupid.
That's dumb.
That's over, hey, man.
How you resisting arrest? Bitch, I don't want to go to jail.
Exactly.
That should be your inalienable right to not want to go to jail. It's your job to catch me.
Well, technically it is, but yeah. I'm just saying.
Resisting arrest, dumb.
All the shit done.
All
And
of it,
you
no.
know what, even if you get arrested, county jail should be like a motel.
What you mean?
You innocent till proven guilty. So just because you're arrested don't mean you're guilty. Why they have that shit like a prison?
Because it's a prison.
But I'm innocent, supposed to be.
No. You ain't never innocent. You guilty until Trump. If Trump ain't teaching nothing in this country, you guilty until proven innocent.
I was gonna say yeah, that whole thing is just for show. You're guilty until you're proven.
Clay County nigga, you say the wrong thing to the CEO, they got like in the yard.
Oh,
Whoop
man.
your ass and then push your court date back to your heel. Straight up.
Well, everybody knows it's happening, and they allow it to happen.
What they gonna do, man?
When niggas go in there and come out, all they say is, "Boy, it's crazy now. You're crazy now." They don't ever put up no court. No. They don't ever sue the Clay County and take it to the Supreme Court.
It happens. Not in Clay County. But it happens. What happens is they get offered so much money, niggas go like, shit. Boy, they probably gonna give a nigga 300 for that case, boy. Nah, they don't give a nigga 300K. You gotta be really fucked up. They give a nigga 20,000. And they tell you they finna give a nigga 20K for that bitch, boy. They whoop my ass, boy, finna get paid, boy.
Dumb.
He's hood niggas. What
Can
you
I
gonna
just
do?
go back real quick before we get to the final thoughts? Can I just go back to how I was telling you at the beginning of the show that everybody's stupid? And I'm telling you, you just keep giving examples of how people so retarded, and then you don't believe that most people are crazy ass conspiracy theory retarded people.
Think about people that do shit.
I'm gonna say this too.
Most people,
Most
most people that do shit got sense.
Well, I think how much of the country you think religious, believe in some kind of God?
Man, most of these motherfuckers,
90%?
hell no. Man.
How much?
Believe in some kind of God.
Any God?
85.
85?
85?
I think it's 50.
I think it's like 90
I
or
think it's
higher.
90.
No, 'cause I think some people just bullshitting. They got the real atheists and they got mother that bullshit don't believe in shit, but they ain't gonna say that. They just gonna go along with the bullshit just because. I think it's
Well, even then, it's way more than 70%.
Yeah.
And I think just
I
and
think
this
it's way more.
is just my opinion. The fact that people automatically believe that it's some magical thing, force or whatever influencing their life, and disbelieve in all facts and science and shit that prove it otherwise or whatever, or whatever, that show right there that people are susceptible to believe anything, in my opinion.
Well, everybody believe that we went to the moon, so
We didn't go to the moon.
you could be susceptible.
Don't laugh at that shit.
Everybody is susceptible.
We went to the moon.
Who knows?
D don't be sitting over there. We went to the moon, bro, nation. Don't believe that shit.
They could just tell us anything happened in 1950, pull up some documents and some shit. I know the time. I'm going with the 50s. I ain't talking about the moon no more. And they can just say this shit happened, and they can be like, it did happen. It said right here. What you mean it didn't happen?
But okay.
Fuck that shit.
Well, then what about those niggas who don't think slavery was real?
Who don't think slavery was real?
Exactly.
Hey, don't think it's real. It's not dangerous. How y'all niggas say if you believe that shit.
If you don't believe slavery was real, it is dangerous.
How the fuck is it dangerous? Because it thought this one dumbass.
It affects your mental
All right.
and how you view the
Okay.
world. You're in the matrix.
Okay, buddy. All right.
Okay,
You
buddy.
know, push me to that fine line of not giving a fuck. All right.
It's in your mental, man. It's like the matrix, man.
But somebody, man, I think.
No, but I seen the niggas say slavery wasn't real. That niggas was already over here and white people just came.
Well, I don't know. Maybe niggas was over here, but I don't mean that slavery wasn't real.
No, they said we was the niggas. Like they said, Native Americans
That could be.
ain't real people. That's why you don't see them.
I don't know if they
And that white people came from Europe, and niggas was in Africa and North and South America.
It is a lot of proof that niggas was here over here. or whatever.
Basically.
A lot of shit.
Yeah, but not a lot of niggas.
Statues of
It ain't even a lot of
I said,
niggas.
well, we said that, but how the fuck do we really know? I don't know. So that's why when I
Where they
know,
at?
what you mean where they at?
Where they
All
at?
the niggas.
Where all the Native Americans at?
You know what happened?
But we
Dead.
saw them die though. We saw them die.
No, we didn't see nobody do nothing.
Humans
Have you
did.
seen it? No, but have you seen the pictures and the drawings of dark skin? Have you seen the pictures of the real black looking African looking Native Americans that they
But
got?
that's after slavery.
No.
Cause ain't no
No,
pictures
they got
before
shit.
slavery.
I know, but they got drawings of shit of fucking pilgrims coming meeting dark skin, not red, no.
But that's a drawing.
I know, but it's a depiction.
That's
of
a
the-
drawing.
I know, but it's depictions of what
Columbus
happened.
came to America in 1492.
All I'm saying
Okay.
is, you won the records
That's
of it.
400 years between the photography.
You said where the niggas at. I said
Also,
I said where the Indians at. You
where the
said
bones?
most of them.
Where the bones?
That's what my mind. That's where my mind.
Because when you dig up a
Where
Native
the
American
bone.
bone, you can tell by the structure of bone if a woman or man is black or white. You can tell by the bone structure because we have different bone structures, and you can tell by DNA. So when you run DNA,
Is anybody doing DNA testing
yes,
on
bro,
all
they
these bones?
do, yes, and they're all Native American. Ain't no different.
What
Ain't no
did
different
they say
DNA.
is Native American though, or whatever? Or just because they say it's Native American, that could be it still could be African in or origin, or whatever. I'm saying what they label as Native American could be African in origin, just
okay.
because they say it's Native American.
Oh, okay. So you saying when they say
Yeah,
it's
it's
a Seminole,
It's a Seminole.
Yeah.
that's an African.
African, but they saying
That's
that
what
a
he
Seminole is Native American or whatever. That's what I'm saying.
But it's distinctly
I'm saying-
different from all the DNA traces in
All I'm
Africa.
saying is a lot of proof that niggas is over here, and you could, you could
We
just not believe
We,
it.
we agree that we was
Yeah,
over
we
here
were over
visiting.
here,
I'm talking
but
about
we weren't
living
like-
here
Yeah,
as
But
like
I'm saying it's
having whole cities.
not,
Yeah,
I wasn't
like-
there. None of us was there, so how am I just gonna say I know?
But that's
what
that Ken Ham shit.
I
I wasn't
wasn't.
there. You know, Ken Ham said dinosaurs and people lived at the same
No,
time.
no.
And when they asked him why, he's like, "You wasn't there."
No. If it was ancient depictions of dinosaurs with humans, like a big dinosaur with a human, then I would be entitled to believe that okay, maybe this shit is possible. Ain't no drawings of that shit. If it's drawings of African looking people coming up to with white people and shit, and the drawings of the shit like from Europe and records of the shit, I'm entitled to believe maybe it was niggas here.
Most of those drawings are done by a nigga who wasn't on the boat with Columbus and was done 200 or 300 years after the thing
You know how they
happened.
keep records or whatever?
I know how you keep
It's
records.
artists and shit that be actually come over from the
Well,
old kingdom.
How come when
Yeah.
Columbus described Native Americans in his journal, he described they know what Africans was. They seen Africans. They said these people are not like Africans.
Well, I know, but he said they did say these are dark skinned.
Yeah, they dark skinned.
Okay.
Native Americans are dark skinned.
Why can't they be African?
Because he
they're
said
not
they're
saying
not African.
not in every damn scripture. Not every one of them European wrote said these dark skinned, but they're not African.
Columbus,
Everyone that fucking
Columbus,
put
the
that
first,
shit.
Columbus,
What is he talking about?
Columbus,
Columbus was the one that
the first nigga over here before
I know
anybody else.
that. It
So
was
he
all
had the most
subsequent writings afterwards. And not all of them was like,
I'm talking
they're
about
dark
from Columbus
skinned,
Journal.
but they're not African.
When he got here, he was
Yes.
like, "These, I know I'm not in Africa. These are not
Because they're not
Africans."
Africans.
Yes,
Because they
but
don't look like it.
yes, but that's the Caribbean. You have a whole fucking North America and South America.
He went to
Florida. I know, but this is his not initially. I'm saying he
His
initially
second or third trip, he went
he
to
didn't go
Florida.
all over America. My point is he didn't go all over America. So what he wrote about these people don't mean that they're anything like the people over here or the people over there. He didn't go across the whole Native American
Bro
nation.
Nation, it was niggas in America.
I'm just saying.
We from
He
here.
didn't go across the whole Native American nations and knew how
No.
exactly everyone looked.
But when
All right,
when
so
he went,
Only the ones he encountered.
when he went to Hispaniola, Cuba,
How do you know they're
Puerto
not African?
Rico,
Cause he's not a fucking geneticist.
I'm not gonna argue with this.
He's not a fucking geneticist. He said they dark skinned,
Okay, African.
but they're not African. How the fuck you know? You did DNA on him in 1400? No, that's what he did. How do you know this?
Bro Nation, we
You
appreciate
are
you
wild.
listening.
I asked simple questions, but it's not like it's a foolish question. Not a foolish question. How do you know that they're not African?
If you don't think an Italian man from Spain, who's a merchant seaman, who has sailed around what was the known world then, which is Europe, Africa, and the Horn, which is by Saudi Arabia,
Mm-hmm.
don't know the difference between an African and a
He
non-African.
didn't even know where the fuck he was. So stop
Yes,
stop
I
acting like he's a
nah,
fucking
now you
Indian.
mixing cartography.
He thought it was Indians. Like
right,
fucking
because he
Indians.
thought he was in India.
He
He had
thought-
never been to India.
Oh, right, so he thought it looked like Indians. Sorry.
Right, but he,
Get
but
the
but,
fuck out of here. This nigga know what the fuck he was.
but you going, yeah, you mixing cartography.
Yes, he didn't say
With,
they
with,
look
with
like
the fact
Indians.
of what you know,
Yeah.
if he knows the difference between a dark skinned Spaniard or a dark skinned Sicilian or a dark skinned Greek and an African, so why wouldn't he know the difference between the African and the Native American?
Because he never
Even if he
Yeah,
thought
first of all,
they
has
called
he ever
them
seen a Native
Indians.
American?
That's what
Has
I'm
he ever
saying.
seen
They
one?
called them Indians, but he knew they wasn't African.
Has
So
he- has
if
he
they
ever-
was African, he would have said, "Oh, we're
When he
African."
thought he was in India. Has he ever seen a Native American?
No, he had
You
never
never
seen
seen
it to
one,
that
huh?
point.
Oh, okay.
But he called him an Indian. If he thought he was in
African.
Africa, he would have called him an
But he knew he
African.
wasn't in Africa.
He would have said West Africans or
No,
East
when-
Africans.
How would we say West African if he thought he was in India?
The nigga thought he sailed around the whole world.
Who
They
did
thought
say
the
he
world
called
was
him African?
small.
Why would he call him West African if he thought he was in India?
I was just using it as a point, Tank.
Well, what the hell you using that
If
as
he
point for?
thought
That
he
ain't
was-
what happened.
I ain't say that. I ain't say he thought.
That's
that.
what you just said.
I didn't say that. Fake news.
This nigga doing
Fake
fake
news.
news.
I ain't say that shit. I ain't say that. Fake news. I don't know what you're talking about. I told you Columbus niggas was already living over here, but niggas don't. Fake news. Something wrong with you. Probably because you keep drinking out of a bottle that don't have no juice in
Still a
it.
drop.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ain't no drop
It's
in
gone. It's
For
L.
the past
Instead
20
it was a
minutes,
drop.
it's been
It's
gone.
It's L.
You drank the drop. It's
I know,
gone.
man. I did.
The drop
I
is
need
gone.
another drop.
All right.
Boy, if you wasn't on this show, boy,
Hey,
we
man,
wouldn't have shit to
first
talk
of
about.
all,
I appreciate you. For real, bro.
Science is about answering questions, no matter how who tell you they
That's
dumb
true.
or not or whatever. Always
I
ask
agree with
questions,
that.
no matter who think they fooled you, because that's how you get to the answer of the great unknown. Then you teach me homework. Bro, I was doing good until I ran out of shit to say. And we started rambling. They're gonna end this shit. What time it is?
Bro Nation, we appreciate you, man. Checking us out on the podcast provider. Everybody, man, y'all want to hit us up? Hit us at brolistenpodcast@gmail.com. That's what's up. Final thoughts, Bria, go first, please.
Vote for Andrew Gillum.
Nice final thought. Go ahead, Tank.
Vote for Andrew Gillum. I like that nigga. I mean, he seems like he is. I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck all this shit. Fuck the world. You know, I want niggas to vote. I hope they vote, but fuck all this shit. I was fine when Clinton was there. I was fine when Bush was there. I was fine when Obama was there. I'm fine when Trump. You know, niggas gonna make a way. But my wife is a teacher and I want some more money, so yeah, vote for Gillum. That's it.
My final thought, vote for Gillum, vote for Bill Nelson.
Who the fuck is Bill Nelson?
He's been the senator of Florida for the last 20 years.
Oh. You shut the fuck up.
Just vote for him, Tank.
Yeah, okay.
Vote
He said-
Go ahead on.
Oh.
What I'm gonna say after that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Vote. No final thought.
Vote for Gillum, vote for Bill Nelson. Fake news. Fake news. If you think Gillum, if you out here listening and you think Gillum being investigated by the by the FBI, fake news. If you out here listening and you think that Obama got one of the bombs, fake news. If you out here listening and you think Donald Trump a racist and DeSantis is a racist because they spoke at a racist convention, fake news. Yeah. If your baby mama said that's the baby and the DNA test came back, how can you trust them crackers that gave you that DNA test?
Where did they send it
Fake
to?
news. Where did they send it off to?
Who
That
did
is
this
not
shit?
your baby. That's
Did
bullshit.
she really send that shit off?
Fuck that shit.
Did she really send that shit off though?
When you buy a big bag of potato chips and it be looking like a big old juicy bag and you open it and it's halfway full, fake news. Huh?
All right, we get your.
I want one more. Give me one more.
Okay, one more.
I like the baby mama. I'm done.
Baby mama was good. Man. Give me one more.
That was a good one.
If you got bill collectors calling you saying that you owe because you didn't make your payment, but you thought you did, fake news.
There you go.
You paid that bill. Sick of that shit. Brother Nation, appreciate it, man. Episode number 33 in the books.
You better have episodes, right? I hope this number 33.
I hope this number 33 too, boy.
That shit out there.
I don't know, it might be. This shit might be. Oh, Gucci Man a clone. And so is Kodak. There you go. Michael Jackson ain't dead. He faked his death.
Dang, bro, why you can't make clones out of good looking people?
Why you can't make clones out of people that's important? Clone a nigga that matter. You clone Gucci?
Freaking Gucci.
He ain't
Kodak
acting.
Black.
The bitch told me. I said, why you think Gucci Man a clone? He ain't acting like himself. Oh, you know Gucci personally?
Found out this week that we have a colorism problem with Bria on this show.
What?
She hate you dark skinned niggas and Haitians. I'm just putting that out there.
Fake news. Bree better say
Fake news.
I'm about to say you better say
Where did that come from?
You just said Kodak and Gucci ugly. Two dark skinned brothers.
Bria love dogs.
I don't call none of my sisters ugly. I love all my black sisters.
Now you
You ain't
Fake news because
stop this
Monique.
lie.
Did you say Monique was a fat bitch?
When
I
I
got
got
that?
I ain't said you was ugly.
You did. You said you ugly fat bitch.
I never said no. I did not say ugly.
Bria, what?
Don't look at me like that.
That might be episode
No,
1.
I said the fat bitch. And she
ain't fat no more.
Fat
She
no more.
fine as a
So now
motherfucker,
she
now,
ain't fat. I ain't
She
never
built.
say she was ugly. I don't call my black people ugly. That's not what I do.
Fake news. Fake fucking news.
All the
The
way.
Down syndrome babies. Look,
What?
I'm
Wait a
just saying.
minute. What we talking about?
Nah, we have to regulate
these
this.
two have a
You
history now.
remember we were talking about people having ugly babies, and he said we were calling it Down syndrome?
Yeah, ain't nobody say
Oh,
that.
y'all
Nobody
ain't gonna put it
said
out there
that.
like that.
That's what you said.
I don't want nobody to
Why
go
you
back and
think
look
this
at what y'all said.
First,
It was too deviant. I don't even want to touch them.
Bruh Nation, if you want to know who the radical nigga is on this show, rewind any tape. I don't care what episode.
I'll give you a hint.
That ain't on this show because of Tank. Because Tank asked too many hard-hitting questions.
Look, man.
What you asked Matt? What was the question you asked him?
You like dick or pussy?
There you go. And he ain't on the show no more. So you think a nigga that would ask a question like that didn't say all this other crazy shit?
It took him. He couldn't get his answer straight. Maybe he liked both at the same time.
Listen, real light dark-skinned niggas because you can't have a salad without croutons. And that's a whole windy salad.
Oh, you do? Is that a fact? It's
Real,
oh,
I'm
she
trying
said
to
it
say you
depends.
now. She said it depends. She ain't say nothing.
I could read facial. I had some classes on.
This nigga say you Stephen Hawkins. You writing words with your facial
What expression?
expression.
You know that motherfucker was a freak.
Who Stephen
That
Hawkins?
motherfucker in the wheelchair.
How you a freak and you ain't got no body?
Nigga, they say he used to roll into the strip club in that little thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't believe that shit.
I
It's
swear
fake
to God.
news.
I swear on Jesus. $20.
We appreciate you, man. We'll see you next time. All power to the people. Peace.
No, I'm dead ass serious though. They say Stephen Hawking.
Oh my God.